glad you're joining us today to talk about our stitching and other stuff. We're in April already. We were just talking about how looks like April here. It's very windy. It's been very windy. So
I was telling her it looks like November here. It's gray, it's windy, and it's spitting rain.
Yeah.
And the only difference is the leaves are budding out instead of falling off. But it does not, this is why I don't like spring.
Yeah.
I get all excited by one sunny day and then we get this stuff and then it's like, okay, here we are.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for, if you're new joining us, I have 2 kids that also will be joining us in a few minutes. That's why you might be hearing noise off to the side. So we're a mother-daughter team in Washington State, and we love to talk about cross stitching. And neither of us have a really like strong stitching guild or anything that we're part of in real life, in our personal life. So we started Flosstubing to make up for that. So,
and we're in different parts of Washington, so we have to mostly Zoom.
Yeah,
because we're about, well, from my house to your house is almost 3 hours.
Yeah, it's about 2.5, unless you're in traffic or something.
Oh yeah.
We might be, unless you guys have to rush out next week on Sunday, we could maybe do it together next week. I don't know if
I'm thinking we're rushing out next week because Dad's, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going to happen. Cass and Andrew will be here, but I don't know what time, and he won't be working on we're going to have that room put back together before Sunday. So I was thinking we were going to have to leave and
you could get work done and then
but I don't know.
Get a lot of it done already.
I'll have to play that by ear. Yes,
There's
we're going over to
renovations happening over there. Always home reno over there.
I will send you those videos so people can see.
Oh yeah, you should.
Because, you know, as if my flooring drama of last summer wasn't enough, we are finishing off the unfinished laundry room that we have. That was basically the front end of a garage when this house was built. The previous owners turned most of the garage into a living room. We since then turned it into a bedroom. But the very front part,
even half,
as you would pull into the garage, they left unfinished. They basically put 4x6 sheetrock up, so it's not even, they didn't even mud and tape. It's just an awful room, and they put like subflooring down, and it's where your washer and dryer, because a lot of homes here have washer and dryers in this neighborhood have washer and dryers in the garage. So they just left that unfinished, and it's really ugly. And so because we're gonna try to sell this house in another year or so, we thought it's time to spruce it up, even though we've lived here for 27 years. And they also put in really bad shelving. It was just rough, you know, it wasn't scratchy, but it was just like 2x4s and press board shelving. And it was just cattywampus everywhere along one wall. And so in order to put new flooring down, my husband said, I'm taking all that shelving out because I don't want to cut flooring around those supports. Yeah. So everything that was, and this was basically our only storage in this house other than our attic. So it's kind of, the front part of that little skinny room was almost like another pantry for me, and laundry room and some household tools and canning stuff and wrapping, you know, all that stuff that you just don't have any room for. Well, my husband then bought 4 huge, tall rolling racks that have on wheels, obviously. And so everything's on those in my living room and in one of my hallways. Yeah, it's very nice. The microwave is on the dining room table.
It's really easy to grab stuff. You don't even have to go into that long, skinny, terrible room to find your stuff.
I have to go down the long, terrible, skinny hallway to try to fit myself down there to see where because he did it all. So I don't even know. I mean, it's taken me a while to figure out where he put everything. He put things in boxes. Anyway, it's our usual home reno demo project. It's, you know, everything's in stages, and there's no garage, obviously, to store anything in. So it's just all in my living area. Can't take it very long. I don't like the chaos. But it will be very nice when it's done.
Yeah, well, it'll look so good.
And we had extra flooring from our floor fiasco this last summer. So we thought, why not use it? But it needs to be painted now because he mud and taped. It will be a really nice room.
Yeah, we'll wish you had done it a lot longer ago.
Well, except for, you know, the rolling racks. they came to almost $500.
I
We
know.
just didn't have the money to do that kind of stuff back then.
Yeah, I know.
By the time you bought the racks and the wheels and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
afraid that we're going to end up fixing it up enough and then go, oh, maybe we shouldn't move because I don't want to stay here.
Yeah. No, I don't think you're going to do that.
Well, yesterday I went out and did errands. I don't do errands on Saturdays very often here. I usually do my errands on Friday. And I went out and it was a nightmare. Traffic around here was ridiculous. And I was under a time constraint. I needed to get somewhere. And I mean, I sat through lights. I mean, this is not the downtown Seattle. We're talking, I'm in suburb. I mean, and it's not even a big suburb. I sat through light cycles, like 3 cycles to get through lights. And I'm like,
hate driving over there. It doesn't matter where, it's all bad traffic.
It was so bad. And I thought, where are you all going? Just because the sun's out doesn't mean you need to all go out. Get off the road.
They're just doing errands, Mom, just like you.
I know. Anyway, I just thought I can't retire here.
Yeah. It would
Nervous
be.
breakdown. Anyway,
Well, you have some finishes, you said.
I do have some finishes. Okay, well, okay. 2 of these were finished previously, but I just got them framed. I mean, I just framed them. So the first one isn't exactly even totally framed, but I want to give you the idea because
Is that better? Maybe that's better. Sorry, I'm still fiddling with my light and trying to find the right amount.
Hobby Lobby had their frames on sale. So this is not in the frame all the way. It's my Things of Autumn.
Oh, it's so cute.
I love this frame. I had the glass in it because I kind of liked it with the glass. But here's my problem with this one. I was short 1 sticky board, and so I had one in my closet that was a Joann's. I'm never buying Joann's sticky boards again.
Is it bad?
They are not sticky. This fabric is not sticking to it. Okay, so anyway, it's very close to being framed.
So cute.
And so
you're not trading those out.
No.
Seasonally.
No, I went with different frames for each one. And the other one that I framed, and this is part of the reason why, because the winter one is so dark fabric. I didn't like it so much in the white frames. So I bought a pewter, kind of stainless steel.
Oh, I like that.
Sorry about the glare, but it's kind of
always leave it in under glass when you frame stuff.
Well, I'm going to on this one because when I take the glass out, this frame is so, even though it was a $20 frame, it bends. It gets all wonky. And so I need the extra support of the glass. I normally don't.
I see.
But I liked the way that this fabric looked on the gray. It's not,
I like that too.
It's not looking so great right now, but
no,
plus my winter decorations that I put up, I have some silvery tin looking little houses I put up along with, snowflakes and stuff. So this will be really nice because this will go up after Christmas.
That's cute, huh, Millie?
Yeah. So anyway, that's that. But yeah, the glass is kind of bad. But here is the one that I fit. Oh, no. Can't be having that. I just don't want this glass to come out of this one. This one, I finished because I was so close. I thought, just finish it.
It's do it.
Spring.
Yay.
Things of summer. So all I had left to do was the book, the basket, the leaf.
Yay, it's so cute. You did that all this week?
The back stitching up here and the French knots, which you can't see on the butterfly.
Cute. Yay.
And I kept it in the glass because in person, I kind of liked it in the glass.
Yeah.
Partly because this fabric is so wrinkly. Really hard time pressing out this linen. But it's in a nice, I got kind of a greenish frame because this fabric is kind of green.
Cute.
And I'm really happy with it.
It's really cute.
Yeah. So I have not done Things of Spring. I have it. And I actually bought that kit and then I gave you all the flosses for it.
Right.
So I pulled all the flosses for it the other day. I had almost all of them. I only needed to get like a couple of DMC. So those are my finishes. Well, one's kind of finished.
Mostly finished.
Yeah, so that feels good. So then I will have the other series is all done. And then when I get spring done, which is my favorite one actually.
Yeah.
I'll have all 4 of those. So that's kind of fun. And you have all 4 done, right?
I have all 4 done.
of both series?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I do. Have all 4 of them done.
Okay.
Now I've been working on her next series. Oh, that's what I should start. I will write that down. Her summer one of the next series. But I just
Yeah.
finished the little sheep one,
Yeah, the little strawberry one. So
Yeah.
cute.
which I have the pattern, but I don't have the fabric and floss. So I should probably not do that just yet because I'm starting some other things. Well, awesome. Looked really good. We have some girls with things to show. And I think I told Rosie she could go first if she's ready. Are you ready? Your cross stitch is down in the laundry room, I think, on the little table. So I'm going to let Millie go first. She
You
wanted
go
to
first if you're not ready.
Get ready. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
But Millie's going first. You can go next. It's no big deal. There's no race.
So I'm working on this.
Okay.
I'm a little beat up, girl.
Yeah.
Need to make her a working copy of her patterns.
I guess so. All right, show us where you're at.
Oh, you got T done. You're gonna start the M.
I'm starting the border right here.
Uh-huh.
Write it down. Smith.
Only 3 more blocks left to go. Wow, Millie.
And then the little border along the bottom.
Uh-huh. It looks fantastic.
A is going to be a lot of stitching. Look at that.
Let's see. Oh yeah.
It's almost full coverage.
Yeah, it's a full coverage square.
That
That's
one's,
a square.
but it's a little square. I mean,
Yeah.
it won't be hard for you. You're going to be fine. It's just a
But
lot.
it'll be a little, yeah.
It's a little more than like C, which is just a couple people in the letter.
Yeah. So cute though.
So cute. Down at the bottom. Nice job.
Good job, honey. You're gonna have that done in no time.
You're stitching next. Oh, are you thinking about your next project? A right here. A.
No, but there's
It's on the
nothing.
chimney. It's on the. Is it a chimney? It's a door or whatever.
But there's
Let me
nothing
see.
made.
Yeah, the angel. The angel is A. The angel on top of the Christmas tree. Are you ready to show? Okay. We haven't seen you come on for a while. I don't think you might have to introduce
No.
yourself. What if people forget your name? Tell who you are.
I'm Rosie.
Tell us how old you are. Tell us more about yourself.
I'm 8 and I'm almost 9.
Uh-huh. And what's something special about you?
I love stitching.
Yeah, I love stitching too. Is there something else special about you?
You're the baby of the family.
Yeah, that's special. You're my baby. What do you-
Poppy calls you RJ.
Yep, yep. What did you used to call yourself when you were really little? Do you remember?
Wolfie.
Wofi. Do you remember when she used to call herself Wofi?
No, don't remember.
What's your name? Wofi. You can say R's or S's yet. She was really little. There you go.
Okay, what do you got going today?
Picture.
Pictures beat up.
Your picture's what?
Beat up.
Beat up.
And I have no
Like the-
idea where it is.
You don't even know where the picture is? Well, you know what? You don't need to show the picture because you're so close to finishing it that
That we'll know.
we'll no. You can't show the pattern.
I'm
That's
not.
the rule on our Flosstube. You can't show the pattern.
I'm not showing.
Now get out your phone. Another special thing about Rosie is she's our drama queen. She likes to be dramatic. And she likes to act.
Drama. She's the drama in a good way, drama queen.
Yeah, not the difficult drama, but yeah, like she likes to
Yeah.
act. She should probably be in like community theater or something.
Okay, let's see.
1, 2, 3. Show it. She likes to be the center of attention when she's comfortable.
Mhm. Okay, let's see. I'm taking. Oh, you almost done.
Almost done. This is Pen Pals from
The,
Pumpkin. No.
no,
Yeah.
frosted pumpkin.
Frosted
stitching.
pumpkin.
Yeah. Oh, and you chose the purple border instead of white. I like it.
I'm going to do the hearts up here and down here and over here once I finish it.
Are they going to be red like the other one up in that corner? Uh-huh.
Cute.
She is.
Wow,
she looks
that's
like
really
you,
cute.
Rosie.
Rosie got this for her birthday last year.
From
from
me.
Mimi. Yeah,
From your Mimi.
it's looking really cute, honey. I do like the purple border a lot.
Me too. I think that purple color was perfect.
Yeah. She's got freckles on her nose today.
Yep. She's been out in the sun a little bit this week.
You freckle girl.
Love you. Give me a hug.
Love you. I'm proud of you. I like your stitching.
We'll have your apple now. Okay, we have a featured friend. So this segment, if you're new to watching us, we love, because of what we were saying at the beginning, how we're looking for community around our stitching. Flosstube seemed like a fun way to do it. We love to feature other people's stitching. If you have something that you have finished or something that you even just you're working on and you want to send us a picture, we would love to feature it. And it doesn't matter whether you have a Flosstube or not. We just like to share because it's often something very different than maybe what we're stitching or whatever. And realistically, we share the same few pieces over and over and over again.
Trying to get things done.
So it's fun to show what other people have done. So today we have a featured friend from Linda Bazarski, and I am going to put the picture right here. She stitches such pretty things.
Yes.
And
fast too.
This is the Clara Hansen sampler by Hello from Liz Matthews. So I love it. I think it is so pretty. I love the green colors. Yeah, it's really, really pretty. I had not heard of, or if I had heard of Liz Matthews, I didn't remember. So I went to look her up at her shop, and now I love a couple of her pieces. And there's one I looked at and I thought, oh, I might need to stitch that for my friend. So thank you for sending that in, Linda.
Yeah, thank you, Linda. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Beautiful. And yeah, she's joined our Zoom stitchy meetups, and she's always working on really interesting things. She's done many Mirabilias, and then there's that other series that she's done.
There's the Luca S.
Yeah.
She stitched a few of those.
And then
I
there's
love
that,
seeing what she's working on.
that other designer.
Oh yeah. Kind of like fashion plate.
Yeah, with the hat.
Yeah, I can never remember the name because I haven't ever stitched any of those.
Yeah, I think she's been stitching a long time.
Beautiful.
She's my role model for retirement.
Yeah, that's what you want to do in a few years.
I know. I was up really late the other night because I was just trying to get some stuff done, and I thought, this sucks to have to stay up so late just to get stuff done. It really takes a toll on me because it's just can't do that. And I really can't do it during the
week.
week.
Early for work.
I know. And I wasn't doing it so much on a work night, but even on a non-work night, because then I get up in the morning and I got things I want to do around here too. So then I sleep. I thought this will be so much better when are you kidding me? Did you hear that?
Is that a drill? Or at first I thought it was a phone vibrating. But it was
no, your dad. But I thought when I'm retired, I won't have to stay up late because I'll have stitched during the day and I won't have to stay up so late anymore.
Is that how it's going to be though, really? Are you going to go to bed earlier?
6 years from now, maybe 6 long years.
Oh man. Well, if you have something you would like to have us feature, send it in our email. It's in the description box below, stuffxs@gmail.com. And I usually just do them in the order that I'm receiving them. And I'm trying to remember if I have another one or if I'm all caught up. I may have another one, but if not, then I'm caught up. And if you send it, I'll feature it in the next few weeks.
And we have found some designers out there that we just haven't known about or maybe heard about but haven't really looked into. So that's kind of a plus side to this.
Yeah. Plus, we're all about enabling people and sharing the love.
We are. And like I said, sometimes our stitching just it's the same stuff.
Boring.
You see that pile back there?
Yeah.
There's a few crates of stuff that I have to tend to. Those are cross stitching stuff.
You have to tend to them? What do you have to do?
Yes. Well, there are patterns that need to get put away in my pattern box. There's a couple of kits that need to get put in where the kits are. I don't even know. There's some fabric that needs to get put in my fabric crates. I just start filling up these because I just toss them over here to the side. And then I'm like,
You have all this organizational ability, but no time to put them in
no,
because you'd rather be stitching.
I'd rather be stitching. Yeah. In fact, I was telling Sarah that I decided to change my planner out. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
I'm
but I
so
don't know how
sorry.
bad it is.
He's sanding.
Oh, it's sanding.
I think he's sanding. I don't know. But anyway, I decided that even though I love Carolyn's look, I love you, Carolyn. Your binder wasn't
Even
working.
though.
Yeah, your planner wasn't working for me because it didn't have a pocket. Because
And it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, plus that. I love pockets because I have my stickers in there.
Oh yeah.
And I just adore Katie Daisy, and I've had her planners for several years. She has the small version, and this is her bigger version. And even though I have to fold my little plan pages up, I'm willing to do that to have my Katie Daisy planner again. So I spent some time today, which I could have been stitching, taking out my Whip Go plan and my Bring Go board, and I retaped it all in this planner.
But now you'll think just how much stitching you'll get done because you
I
did.
know. So now I have that done. It's been on my plate. It's been sitting on the coffee table for a week to do. So anyway, I did it.
Did it. I taped mine in while we were getting ready to record. We were sitting here just about to go, and I should tape mine into my planner. It's just going to get wrinkly if I leave it on the coffee table again. Like
I
did last
know. And
month.
then it's there. Then you have it.
Last month, I never even put anything pretty on mine. It just like sat. I just checked stuff off. I was very utilitarian last week. Well, here, I'll show what I worked on this week. I think you went first last time.
Show us what you got going.
I didn't actually, I feel like do that much.
Start that Haid yet?
Yes, I did. You're about to see it in a minute.
Oh, yay.
This was apparently my week to work on my big projects.
And this
Is not my Haid. Look at how much I got done in one week.
Liar, pants on fire.
You're not about to see it right this second. This is my dimensions kit from the Valley of the River Beck. Sorry, I've got a couple parked threads.
It's a fake Haid.
It's my fake Haid. This is my Haid that I started before I knew about Haids. I still really enjoy working on this. Every time I pull it out and I got some little pops of color done.
You don't really enjoy, or you do?
I do really like it.
I don't really, and I'm like,
I don't know why I don't pull this out more. I hate working on it. No, I really like it.
That's what it didn't make sense to me. You've come a long way since we started floss tubing.
I know, because I think I just like had the house and some trees done. I know.
Yeah, I don't even think you had a lot of the house done. You have to go back and watch.
I know. I should go back and find like early. I probably posted pictures around that time of it too.
Sarah
pictures.
Found that at a thrift store for like,
I don't know, $8 or something.
Yeah.
With the kit, with the fabric and as I usually say, I have a long way to go because it fills up this whole thing.
Oh, you're lying to us. You made us think that you're almost done.
Oh no, I have a lot left, but I did do a lot. And I do love this piece. I don't have, the one thing that was missing in the kit was a pattern picture. So I don't actually have a picture of it.
But you can look it up.
But you can look it up, Valley of the River Beck. And it is just really pretty.
It's just so much like a tapestry to me. It looks like a tapestry.
And I think there's something, and I'm gonna like this about working on a Haid too. I think there's something kind of therapeutic about just filling in stitches in the right spots. And then you go back and fill in the next, and then the picture appears.
Sure.
In the right spots is the key.
Let's talk about that
when I make mistakes and have to rip it all out. Here's another dimensions. I worked a lot on dimensions this week.
You did.
I think this was kind of before April started and I started drawing.
Yeah.
Or working on my magazine monthly challenge. So I worked on my Tri-Light Angel. This is another one that I also just like working on. I made me like working on Ada.
I was gonna say maybe it's the Ada.
Yeah. I think it's kind of a blast from the past for me to work on Ada. It feels kind of nostalgic because that's what I used to always stitch on.
Well, and it is easy to work on. I mean,
it is easy to work on. Look at how far I am.
Look at her.
the skirt is almost done. There's just
Mhm.
like a ruffle, a dark blue ruffle that I still need to do down there.
Uh-huh.
And then I think a couple things in the very front.
Oh, you still have all the wings. to
And I
do.
have the wings and then her arm with the pendant that's hanging off of it. But,
Does she have beads in her dress?
she has, some little like star sequins and some
Oh.
beads. Yeah, some star sequins and,
Oh, yeah.
and then that pendant with a like special
Yeah.
gold floss.
She'll be pretty. And she's tiny, which is kind of fun.
I know she is really little and it's just really, yeah, I like it. This was kind of like pull out whatever I wanted to work on that I don't work on very often week. And
Maybe that's why I just focused on that summer piece. I just want to get that done because I saw your spring Alicia Paulson last week and I remember loving it. I thought, I am not starting that until I finish that summer one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just worked on
it. Now you can start your spring one.
Mhm.
I worked on my farmer's market. This is on my magazine monthly challenge. So this was one of the last few days. I love this piece. I was originally, remember, going to change those people to not Amish, and then I went back and just decided to keep them Amish.
Yeah.
In fact, this week I decided I'm going to put the buggies in after all.
No.
Well, actually, maybe not, because I think I did it wrong if I was going to do that. I'm going to put them in flower pots now that I'm looking at it again. I'm going to make flower pots up there.
No Amish hate. No Amish hate here.
No, I like Amish people. I just don't, I'm not Amish. So sometimes I feel like, why am I stitching an Amish person? But I just decided to keep it.
That's cute.
Essie, my husband basically picked this piece out when we were at stitching stuff in Oregon.
Shepherd's Bush.
Shepherd's, but we're stitching stuff.
In Utah.
What did I say? Did I say stitching stuff in Oregon? I don't even know.
Stuff closed a really long time ago, and it was never in Oregon. You were not married to Jesse when it was open.
I was trying to think of the word Ogden, but they're not even in Ogden, are they? Oh yeah, maybe they are.
I think they are.
That's why I was trying to think of the word Ogden, and I thought of Oregon.
Ogden.
In Utah. He saw this hanging on the wall. This is a Told in a Garden piece, and he just loved it. And he's like, I would like it if you stitched something like that. And I was like, well, I'll just stitch that.
Does he remember that?
I don't know. He probably would.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knew what a big project he was asking me to do. Look at the goose.
Coming right along. Those quilts are a lot of work.
That's the one I was doing this week. It is. Look at all the color changes. That one quilt has white, a pale pink, a medium pink, a dark pink, and then a dark reddish.
Purpley kind of color.
Or like a burgundy, and then a dark brown. I mean, that's like 6 colors in that one little.
Yeah, that little tiny.
And I was kind of like, how much more do I have to go on these quilts? I have so many more. I've got this quilt to go, and 1.
Best not to look.
3, 4 down below.
Best not to look.
Best not to look. The quilts are probably the biggest work. And well, the barn was a lot, but that was solid stitching for a lot of it. But other than that, the quilts are kind of the big piece.
So guess what?
What?
So we're going on so this is not just for you, but so we're going on a road trip in the end of May, first week of June for 3 weeks. And we're trucking across the country to see all of our straggling children that live far away. And so we're going to go see, the first up will be our kids in Indiana. And guess what? There's a cross stitch store by my daughter-in-law. It's called Persnickety Stitchers. And so it's right there in her town.
Yay.
I know. And then we're going to go to Minneapolis and I'll get to go to
Stitch World.
Stitchville,
USA.
Stitchville
in Oregon. Stitch World in Louisiana.
Stitchville, USA, which I love. So I'm so excited. And apparently there's a yarn store in Zionsville. Maybe we should be looking at moving to Zionsville.
No,
because there's nothing in Lewiston, Idaho.
Please don't move to Zionsville.
We're basing all of our retirement plans on where the craft stores are.
I'm not sure Dad wants to do that.
No, Zionsville's not in there.
Okay, here we go. All right, I'm showing you my hay.
Okay.
This is where in about 40 years, tiny from Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm stitching it using Knit Companion instead of, what's the one that everybody else used? Pattern
Keeper.
I don't really know why. I think I was looking at reviews online of the two different ones, and I read a couple of reviews that actually said Knit Companion was basically the same, and it had a few other perks, although I can't even remember what they were.
So are you doing it on your phone or on a tablet or on your Kindle?
I'm doing it on my phone right now, although I may print out each page to use as a hard copy, because but actually the nice thing about this Knit Companion, and I'm sure Pattern Keeper does the same thing. Let me find the
I've never used anything like that. I have no idea how they
I
work.
hadn't either. Where's
I can't even figure out TikTok, so I'm pretty sure Knit Companion and Pattern Keeper are probably
the nice
above
thing?
mine.
Oh, I don't really want to show the pattern because it's probably against
Funny.
but
No.
the one little,
Hey everybody, zoom in now so you can get this hay done.
if you want
to show you the
tiny
secret
traveler,
word.
I'm about to show you 1/1,000,000th of the design. Okay, you're right. It probably won't really matter, but I'll do it carefully anyways. Okay, so it's like, you can zoom in and out, which I like. That's pretty cool, right? And then you have these little, can like mark where you're at, basically like a magnet board without having to deal with a magnet board.
Oh yeah.
So like I stitched that top corner, just those 100 stitches this week, and then I started on this next one. So I could just track along with whatever row I was
Does
on.
it save it so that you're not, every time you get in, you don't bump it?
Yeah, I think it was in the same spot each
You
time.
forget where you are?
And you can also mark it, like, I mean, I could just scribble that whole square in now with the edit tool, like this. Oh, here. Well, that's maybe I'll
Something
use
like that.
so I can show like I've done that 100 stitches. So, okay. So all that said, I figured out how I wanted to deal with that. I may do a print copy, but it worked pretty well to do it on my phone. The one drawback was though, like often I stitch in the evening, and if my phone is like low on charge,
you got to plug your phone
dies, or I have to go find the charger. So that is the one. If I found, and I don't really have a tablet that I use, so I could do it on my computer, but I don't have a touch screen. That sounds like a little bit more work. So
I may get a second charging cord. Just put it by your stitchy stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
What I do.
Look how fun.
Wow.
Whoa, I know you're so impressed. That's like 100 and something stitches though.
That's 100 stitches. Oh, that makes
Each
my
little
brain
square,
hurt.
Each little square is 100 on this chart. It's a 10 by 10.
Are you doing one over, what are you doing? 1 over 1 or 2 over 1 or?
2 half cross over 1. So I'm just half cross.
Threads, half scrap. 2 threads, half cross.
2 threads, half stitch, half across. I missed a stitch in there. I don't know.
How could you tell?
Oh yeah, I know what color that is. I knew I was going to go back and do that later. Yeah, because
wow.
See it. You can
holy moly. What count is this?
I think this is 25 count. Right? Isn't that what? Yeah, 25 count. Gridded, obviously gridded fabric. So everybody who's been asking, I have now officially started my HAID, and I feel way less intimidated about it. And I know I can just do another 100 stitches. I don't have all the flosses, but I did make sure I had gathered all the flosses I needed for the first like page or first page. I know it doesn't
sure you'll be on that first page for a while.
And I have several of mine bobbinated, and every time I just get the next, like when I get to the using 317, I have my bobbins right here. I'll just bobbinate it as I go. And then I'll just, and I have several empty of these.
Are you starting in the upper left corner?
I did decide to do it in the upper left. Heather Miller, our friend in Canada, talked for a long time. She starts at the bottom left, and we had like a long conversation about it. But the pattern, I just went back and forth, and I thought, you know what, I think I'm just gonna, I had already started in the top left, just a few stitches, which it wouldn't have been hard to take out if I really wanted to start somewhere else. But the pattern layout was easier to start because page 1 is the top left. And I was going to have a harder time like trying to figure out where the bottom, what number page. And I didn't really have what I felt like is a good reason not to just start in the top left. So I just did. And that's what the HAID pattern recommended to do. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I do tend to work from the top left corner down in my patterns. So
I have a really hard time working up.
yeah, I don't really like to work up a lot. I have a harder time tracking on the page when I'm working up more than on my pattern.
Mhm. I do too. It's just awkward to me. Sometimes you have to do it, but I choose not to when I can.
Yeah. So I did it. I started my hand.
Yay, I'm proud of you.
And it is on it's my whip go. So I did 1 hour, I think. I have 4 hours for that this month. And I think I did 1 hour. I'm trying to remember if I did 1 or 2. Hang on, I marked it down on my magazine. Because that's kind of sad if that little amount of stitching was 2 hours. It was probably 1 hour.
Well, color changes.
It was 1 hour. 1 hour of stitching. Okay. The last thing I worked on is my Shores of Haganalo. Again, this is like all my big projects this week.
You did work on your big ones.
I'm on this square and I'm working on that house. And here it is.
I watched part of Carolyn Zook today.
Yeah.
She finished a square on her Halloween one or autumn. I forget which one it was. 40 something hours to do one square. It was solid stitching.
I should track on this one just out of curiosity how long it takes me. Yeah, it was probably a huge amount of stitching. This one is a lot of stitching on this square too.
Yes, there is.
So that's going to be all filled in white, like the top peak there. I think there's a door down here I still need to do. And then I think I lost somehow the color I lost out of my bag. So I just need to go into my stash and find that gray color because I need it to do the little pattern.
How do you have your flosses organized for this project? How could you possibly have lost a floss?
I don't want to show you. It's actually not too bad. It's not bad. So I have them all in baggies so this is like the 3000s.
Okay.
And then
they're
not all bobbinated. I do need to bobbin. I think I'll like it better if I bobbinate them all.
Mm-hmm.
The Sharpie is fading off. So this is 0 through 400. And then this is this is 500 through 900. Okay. And then this is my extra blues because I'm working on blue fabric. So I was trying to
right.
This is the random threads that I didn't put back in the baggies. Well, okay, this is
That's how you lost one.
These are the colors I'm working with, the white. And these are just like snippets of thread that just need to go on. These are the colors I'm working with on the house. And one of these might be the color I was.
I think that this feature that we do of you gives some people anxiety when they watch it.
But some people, who was it? Was it Kendra that said, I relate because I just want to get started stitching, which is like how I feel. I just want to like work on stuff. You know, I get like an hour to
I don't bobbinate mine. I just put them in floss bags.
I get like an hour to myself at night watching TV with Jessie. I don't spend that time organizing floss.
You know what I found, like with that flower and bee SAL that I've been working on.
Yeah, the Doreen Jones one.
Yeah, there's a lot of color changes in those motifs.
What are you doing? What's your voice? What? That's your voice right now? What's going on with your voice? Can you hear her? Do you want to come on?
Kinda.
A little hoarse. Liddy is having a sick day. You really want to be up on the internet for all to see for the rest of you. What's going on with your voice? Oh.
Hoarse?
Yeah. She like sounds kind of chest like congested, but also. Anyway, sorry.
But anyway, what I found was I laid next to me on the couch, I had little piles of floss of the different color changes I was doing. So I thought this is really messy, but I had like 6 different flosses sitting in their little, with, their skein and then their little leftover piece. And
yeah,
I thought,
I like those floss fabric. What do they call those again? I forget now. I need to pull mine back out for when I'm working on some of these things.
Yeah. I know. I have one sitting right there and I always forget.
You know what I'm talking about, where it's like
a felt.
Felt.
Yeah.
floss holder thing. Yeah, I like
Mhm.
working with those. Mine is tucked away and I need to just pull it back out.
Yeah.
That's everything I worked on. Just my big stuff. Just a lot of big
Yeah.
stuff this week.
Well,
But it was kind of fun to do that.
yeah. Well, I worked on my Doreen Jones a little tiny bit. I think I did. I don't think I had this part. I didn't have this part of the vase done.
No, you only had the purple side done. Partially done. Cute.
Again, love this fabric because it's an even weave.
Mhm.
It's really not very focusy, is it? Come on.
Now move it in a little bit. Did kind of try to, no. Well, the nice thing is it's focusing on your
goes.
face really well.
There it goes, huh?
I said the nice thing is it's focusing on your face really well. There you go. Yeah, that was
Anyway, I really like this one. I just didn't have a lot of, I don't know. I had a weird stitching week. So I worked on that. I worked on, wow. Maybe I only worked on 2 things.
whoa.
Oh,
Well, you finished your spring.
yeah, I finished the
Or your
spring. That's right.
summer,
And I
summer.
worked and I did sew up the Biscornu after we recorded again last week.
That's right. Yeah.
But I also worked on my calendar piece, Our Year SAL, which I really did not enjoy this block very much. I don't know why. I was the March one. I was changing the color in the world. I was changing the color of the sheep's little coats. And I mean, it's okay. It's not really what I had in mind, but I learned my lesson. So anyway, I got March done.
What was the lesson that you learned?
Not to do that. Just follow the pattern.
Tell me
I
more
think
about
what
the lesson. Tell me more about the lesson learned.
I think what happened, it's okay. I don't mind
I
it.
think your color changes look really cute with it.
They're okay. Yeah, I think they'll be fine. And I changed the color, I think, of the word March. It was supposed to be green,
Okay.
but there was more green, I think, in their little sweaters. So I just kind of changed it up. I think what happened was I picked the colors. They really were more muted than I wanted. I wanted something, I think in my mind, I should have gone something a little more brighter. But, and this is not showing up as well on camera. The colors are really nice. And like, you can't see the snow that's all over this piece. You see them? Anyway, I did not get to the border, the outer border. I wanted to, but I didn't get to this part.
Right. That won't be hard to.
But I'm not too worried about it. And I did not outline April yet, but April will go down below January now. And it's a cute one, and it's not a very big one. It's an umbrella and a pair of little rubber boots and a couple of flowers and a little cloud and some raindrops. So,
Oh yeah, that's cute. That'll be cute.
I am changing the color of that umbrella though.
From the gold?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I might make it red.
Oh, that would be cute too.
Red or blue. The boots are blue, so I'm kind of thinking about blue. We'll see. I don't know. So that's
cute though.
Golly, I think that's about all I worked on. I mean, there were a couple of nights I just didn't stitch very much. Last night I didn't hardly stitch at all because I was working on framing those things.
Yeah.
Late at night because what did I do? We had dinner with our friends. I babysat baby Penny in the afternoon for a little bit. Yeah, it was just kind of a crazy weekend. Friday, what happened Friday? Oh, Friday, my day off used to be really a fun day. You
need to drive over and see me on your day off.
No, actually Friday was okay, but I did errands. I went to the cross stitch store, Trader Joe's, Hobby Lobby, bought the frames. Yesterday was not a very fun day. I was going to get up and have my coffee and cross stitch in the morning. And I took one look at our bathroom and I thought, this has got to get cleaned. It was just so bad. It's just so bad. And when I clean our bathroom, it takes me longer than when Dad does it because I wipe down everything. Like I wipe the door down and I you know, there's a couple of pictures from Hobby Lobby that they just get sticky because of my hairspray. So I wipe those down. And we have a medicine cabinet that's got like a big mirror and a door and then a little shelf. And I've got like some perfume and my jewelry tray is there. Well, that jewelry tray just gets scummy dirt dust. And Dad doesn't clean that kind of stuff. So it's take all the pieces of jewelry off of it because they're all laid on there so they don't get tangled up. And I have anyway, it just took me like an hour and a half to do that. And then I went and did one more errand, and then I went and took care of Penny. And then we went out to dinner with our friends, and then I came home and I framed all those things. And that was basically it.
Yeah.
It was wasted a good stitchy time.
Waste of day.
Waste of a day cleaning that bathroom, doing
Dang
laundry.
bathroom. That's
Well,
right.
let's talk about
Saturday.
Sarah. I called Sarah yesterday to say, let's Flosstube on Sunday instead of today. First time she answered, I go, what are you doing? And then she said a bad word. And then the next word was chores. And it was drawn out. So many chores.
Oh my gosh. Well, our house is pretty large. Like it's a big house, and yeah, it's hard to keep up with it. And we're pretty busy during the week. And so we're trying to be like careful to try and make it like a place we want to be through the week. But, you know, people just dump their stuff. Or actually yesterday when you called, I think what I was frustrated about had more to do with the girls whining about their chores.
But that too. She says, the girls are wandering around and everybody's just whining about their chores.
Mad about doing chores yesterday, but the house looked really good by the end of the day. I was working in that spare room. I should have taken a picture of what it looked like at some point when I was painting the girls' bedroom. The spare room has my sewing desk in it and Jesse's desk where he does classes on Mondays when he doesn't have to go into the seminary because he's a grad student right now getting his counseling degree. So he sometimes works down there, or on days that he works from home, occasionally he'll work. Anyway, so he has his desk. We have this elliptical that I'm going to sell and get rid of because I want to put in nice shelving for things like cross-stitch stuff. And it's kind of like our craft room. Anyways, when I was painting the girls' room, I took all their crap out of their room and put it in there in crates and bins and like just stuff. So I've been slowly putting it back in their bedroom, trying to do their room in a way that it won't be so bad. It's not really working. I need to figure out something better because they just have a lot of crap. So I was cleaning that room and it looks great now. But that's what I was doing right then.
I think there needs to be a unit study on letting go of things for them.
Maybe because we have a lot of we don't really need to keep this anymore.
Yeah.
Like artwork. And
yeah, there's just, I noticed like when I was there and Rosie had the dresser emptied out of all the people, and I thought,
and she's like the worst because she's the littlest, so I don't always get to her stuff.
but I mean, she had all of her sister stuff out too, and I'm like, half of this stuff needs to,
I know.
it's not really stuff that they're going to keep forever.
Maybe
and ever.
there's like a weekend that they need to go visit their grandparents in Seattle, and I need to just purge stuff when they're not around to see. But it
sounds good to me.
It's like seashells and special rocks, and I'm like, okay, maybe you can just store the special rocks outside somewhere in your mud kitchen.
Yeah. And you know, a long time ago, even before we had digital cameras, you know, somebody talked about what do you do with your children's precious artwork, and a lot of people talked about taking a picture of it.
Yeah.
And then printing the pictures out, and you can have a little album.
That's a good idea. Maybe we need
your special artwork stuff rather than keeping the actual artwork because it just sits in a pile anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you had a picture of it in a photo album, you'd be more apt to look at it.
And it will be preserved better than
preserved,
crunched up in their dresser drawer junk pile.
Right, right.
That's a good idea. I think I might do that someday when I have time. What they need to do is bring them all to me, and then they can take the picture, and then I can send them off too.
Yeah, just get some cute little photo albums, and then they can just have their little precious. I mean, I get it. I mean, I collect stuff too, but
I know I'm a collector. It's hard for me.
You got 3 girls in one bedroom, and there's only so much organizing you can do before it just overtakes itself.
Yeah. Even if they all had their own room, each room would be just. I know they would just keep collecting. Yeah, maybe we need that. That sounds like a good idea.
So anyway, you were doing that room.
Yeah, it was. It's much.
You weren't even doing their bedroom. You were just doing the spare room.
Mhm.
Mm.
Well, yeah, because like that room got really bad. And next weekend, I'm having Jesse's birthday party. So my husband is turning 40, and we're having a big birthday party, and people are coming to stay, you guys. And then some of his sisters and brothers are coming. So I need a place to put people, and I want it to look nice. So we got our chores done. That's what we did on our day off. And then today we went to church and had actually, and then this week is spring break. So I'm like really happy. I don't know if I told you, we're kind of going to do some like more like slightly year-round school schedule now.
Mm-mm.
I switched.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I decided to do that.
You're going to do school in the summer?
Just a few weeks, really. We're going to do some in July, just a couple weeks in July, a couple weeks in June, excuse me, and take longer breaks through the different parts of the year.
Oh.
And then we're taking a big break in August through September. So yeah, we decided I'm trying that this year.
Okay, I'll talk to you in June when you're trying to do all your gardening out there.
I know.
Well, are you going to do your hardcore every subject kind of thing?
We'll probably fade out some of them. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you worked on this week?
That is all I worked on.
You have haul? I don't have any haul.
Do have some haul.
I don't. No, I don't.
Well, I do have haul. The first part of those frames were part of my haul, but then I also bought this cute bee fabric at Hobby Lobby.
That's cute.
And I bought some sunflower fabric too.
Oh, that's pretty.
And I was going to tell you, okay, so we got this envelope, this mail from Sharon Mahone.
Oh.
And Sharon, whatever you sent did not make it to us because when I got the envelope, this is how it arrived to me. It did not have, the flap got totally torn off. And I think because the card was upright rather than downright, whatever she put in here, because she says, I enjoy watching your Flosstube, seeing all your projects and the girls' projects too. A few weeks back, I received the Happy Snowball Days pattern from you, and I wanted to thank you, plus return the favor by sending you a pattern you can either stitch or give away. Enjoy.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Well, thank you anyways, though, Sharon.
Yeah, but anyway, I just want you to know, Sharon, that we did not get it. So it's not that we're not acknowledging it. It just didn't arrive.
Darn it.
Darn post office.
Darn post office. It's just going downhill.
Gotta talk to these mailmen, man. So anyway, it's a really cute card too. Isn't that cute?
It is cute. I'm so pretty.
Thank you, Sharon. I'm glad you got our pattern. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think all the giveaways that I sent should be at their places, except for maybe Tina's, because that's going to the Tundra. And even though I paid so much money to get it to you, I don't know if it's going to get there this year or not.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then my bird of the month, my bird crush club came from Lindy Stitches, and the bird this month is called the black-throated warbler.
Oh, that's a pretty bird.
Isn't he pretty? And when you
if
stitch it, it's going to look like this.
Oh,
I'm just collecting all these. I'm going to do them someday.
it'd be cute in like a flip calendar.
Yeah, they would. And then she sent the floss was the Threadworks black and gray.
Ooh, pretty.
For the bird. So anyway, yeah, I really do like getting these. I do want to stitch them. There's too many other things right now.
Have you seen her post about the fact that she's doing TikToks, Lindy Stitches?
Did you look at her TikTok?
Yes. Have you watched them? Okay, so if you're not on TikTok, she's posted on Instagram a couple of times too about how she's going to do these videos on TikTok, and they might be a little bit snarkier than the content that she feels like Instagram tends to like. So she's doing these. They're hilarious to me, all of them. Every single video she does is so funny, all about different things. The series she's kind of doing right now is going through old like 90s For the Love of Cross Stitch magazines, 80s, and just providing a little bit of a commentary on the things that she's seeing in the magazines, and I was in stitches. I was just cracking up. Like she's
She
so
comments
dry.
on the
It's so dry.
styles of the day, the way things are photographed in their picture, the
Like
designs.
the other periodicals that are being advertised.
Yeah,
like,
in the back of those magazines, there's always ads. There's
best of plastic canvas or something.
the thing is, so one of her videos, she was talking about she makes mention of this. It's on the front cover, and she goes, and here we are. I know you've been waiting for these, and they were the little Easter jar lids. And I thought, I stitched those jar lids. I commented on TikTok. I said, and somebody else did too. They did them for button jars, for buttons that they'd gotten from their grandma, and she stitched them for all the different cousins, I guess. But I said I stitched them, and I put, because when I used to give Sarah and Andrew, I didn't ever do it for the little boys. Well, they're not little boys anymore, they're men, but we called them the little boys. But for Sarah and Andrew, when I only had 2 kids, I had more time to sew and cross stitch things for them. And so, but when I did their Easter baskets, I thought, I don't want to just put jelly beans loose in their Easter basket. So I put them in a little tiny canning jar, and those little lids were perfect for it.
Yeah, I remember all those years. Every year.
And then when the little
every time Easter comes around, I think, I kind of wish I had some of those for my kids. Stephanie just pinpointed the fact that those actually do have a use.
They did serve a purpose, and I didn't care if they got their grimy hands on them because they were candy jars. The later years with the little boys, they got their jelly beans in a Ziploc baggie.
Well, my kids currently get them in, and it would be kind of nice if they had something cute like a jar. You also, for at least me, stitched a little stuffed, almost like a little ornament, a little bunny. And it was always hanging on my Easter.
Yeah, you both had a little.
I don't know where that is now. I might have it.
Yeah, they were like a little egg-shaped little ornament,
like a egg, basically. But mine was a bunny, and I don't know what Andrew had.
Andrew, I don't remember what his was, but yeah, they hung off the handle of their.
You just tied them with ribbons on the handle of the.
You were such a good mom.
You were a much better mom than I.
Then she talked about in that same issue how people must have had time to like cross stitch bibs, and I'm like,
I know you stitched bibs.
Well, okay, I think I did comment about this. I think part of it was you only had so much room for framed pieces. Nobody did little pillows. Nobody did fancy finishes. You just framed things, right? So people were looking for other ways to cross stitch and make it useful. Yeah. I did not ever like the cross stitch on clothes thing, though.
No, we never had anything like that. Thankfully.
No.
Although the other day, Anastasia Meng posted I think on her stories, she was out like looking for an article of clothing that she could stitch on. And she actually found secondhand clothes that had stitching on them. And I thought, is this coming back? Is this something in China that's still happening? Or
did you ever see the jacket she stitched for her husband?
Mm-hmm.
The back of that jacket. Yeah, that was. I mean, that. Okay, I get that.
That's not just like a little bunny on your
or a goose.
I forget what was on the one Anastasia shared. Maybe it wasn't like Mickey Mouse, but I can't remember at all now. But I remember just thinking, wow, is that trend coming back? Like
I had a TikTok account.
I'm sure that was a trend, but
I had a TikTok account way after the pandemic. Like everybody around me was doing TikTok, and people just.
I don't use it very much.
But then I did download TikTok, and I was kind of doing it last year a little bit, and then I thought you weren't
posting anything. You were just
I was just scrolling, and I thought I have enough scrolling time on Facebook and Instagram, so I deleted it. But even though you delete it, your account is still there. So when Lindy Stitches starts talking about her TikTok, I went and re-uploaded it. So I could just watch her because they are funny. She's so dry. She's such a dry sense of humor.
Did you watch the video about her finishing that box? The little and even just the way she cracks me up.
She speaks my language. Anyway, so back to my haul.
It might be worth it to get TikTok just to go watch her. I don't really use it for anything else. But I will go watch her on purpose now.
Yeah, she's pretty entertaining.
Yeah. Okay. Your haul. You have more haul.
Well, I do. So this was a total impulse buy. Man, I never do this. Never do impulse.
You never do impulse buys.
I was scrolling and somebody posted a picture of this pattern they were stitching and I loved it. And I thought, oh my gosh, I really love that pattern. And I went to look for it. And of course it was from
1983.
Probably. It was from 2000, I think, or something.
Oh.
It's a company that's not even in business anymore, a designer. Cynthia Bradford is her name. And her company was called Little by Little. And it's not going to show up very well, but it's this house. And it's the starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight.
That's
poem all around the edges of it.
Oh,
there it goes.
The house is very cute.
Isn't that cute? And I love the colors in it. And the picture of the Instagrammer, the colors really popped. Well, when I Googled it, I couldn't find it, of course, but the kit popped up on eBay. And this woman had bought it way back when. She even has the original fabric that it came with. She started it and realized she couldn't stitch on something this small, so she never picked it up again.
Oh, wow.
So that's the little bit of start she had.
Wow.
It's 36 count, I think. But the fabric is like, what is the fabric? R&R Reproductions.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just DMC. And so it came with her floss. And she sold the floss and the pattern and the fabric. And so it was a little more than, well, I don't know what it would have cost. Probably it's a little bit more than if I could find the fabric, but trying to find R&R fabric anymore around here. I mean, Threadneedle doesn't really hardly carry it because it's really hard to get, I feel like. Anyway, that was part of my haul.
Feedback of I'm hearing my voice come through your suddenly.
My other haul was contained in this bag, and it is the stuff for my smalls exchange. So can't say your name, but your project's in here. And then I also started, there's a SAL going on. So I think I showed my Nashville haul that I did pre-haul was that This Is the Day by Plum Street Samplers. Oh, it's really bad, but I don't want to take it out of here because it's going to be really crinkly. But anyway, I love it. And somebody's starting to sell for it. So I went and bought the fabric for it. I just bought a 36 count Oka kind of thing. Really exciting haul, but I do want to start this project because that house will probably take me 10 years. And I also bought just the floss for things of spring. I think that was all. I think that's all my haul. It's all my haul.
For those of you who are worrying about my fabric that's coming from Lithuania, it should probably be here in the next day or two. So I can recommend the Etsy shop. Well, next week I'll recommend, if it really does come, the Yarn Stories Etsy shop for nice quality fabric, I think, for a cheap price, shipped from Lithuania. I was a little worried it wouldn't come for like a year, but then earlier this week it was in New York, and then I just checked right before we started recording, and it's here in the town, in the city where I live. So
wow, probably get it tomorrow.
I might be able to start. I should probably look at my flosses and pull the rest of. I think I had several of the flosses, but I should have.
This is for your
for my
Hawk Run Hollow
spring and Hawk Run Hollow that Carolyn Zuck sent to me. So I'm excited to start that.
You know what? I'm so jealous of Carolyn. Carolyn, I'm really jealous of you because I just saw that you won Tina from Tina Stitches Crystal Christmas, and I really wanted to win that pattern.
Okay, Mom, I'll just buy it for you.
It's out of print.
Oh, that's one that's out of print. Oh, well, knowing Carolyn, she'll have it done by next year. So maybe she can sell it to you.
Carolyn, I'll buy it from you. I'm not going to pay $80 for it, but I'll buy it from you.
Yeah. Was there something else I was going to say about haul? I don't know. I can't think of anything else. So what are your plans this week?
My plans are to do my April monthly challenge. And so I do have a new magazine start this month rather than doing ones that I've already previously started. And this was one that I was going to start last year for one of the months and I never got around. I must have changed my mind, but it's out of the summer punch needle and primitive stitcher. So hopefully it's a Barbara Anna, and the theme is literature. And I found poems about dandelions, and she is the sea dandelion.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about doing this one.
Yeah, I had all the floss, and I had some fabric from Hobby Lobby that I'm going to do it on. I don't have the. Ooh.
How is this related to literature? You just explained it, but I think I didn't understand.
Dandelion poems.
Dandelion
poems. Yeah, there's poems about dandelions. I'm going to write one out and put it on my plans.
I see. So it's going to be related to literature because it's related to poems that are written
about dandelions.
I see. Okay, I got
but
it.
You know, my fabric is kind of a gray. I think it'll look okay. I don't have the dark blue. I just have kind of a silvery gray.
That'll be pretty.
I think it'll be fine. There's not really a gray. It's blues and pinks.
I knew that.
So I'm finally going to start her. She's kind of been hanging out in the wings all year. So that's my feature piece. My other plan this is kind of monthly plan, but it'll show up each week as I get them done, hopefully. Remember, I started this last January, a year ago, for Magazine Monthly Challenge. It is this Stinkin' Bloom pincushion.
Yes, I remember this.
I have one flower left to do. One flower.
That's it.
Right there.
Why is that not done yet?
Or no, maybe it's right here. And a stem or two. And the word bloom.
It's time, Mom. It's time.
So that is for my B, because the acrostic is bookmark. So that's my B for bookmark. You know, I'm putting these on my feet. I'm going to move this really quick so I don't step on it. And then my O, but the two O's are for my calendar piece, the Our World SAL. I'm using that twice. I'm using that 3 times. For K, I'm using Kit, and it's my Barbara Anna. I need to start my summer Barbara Anna girl from this kit. Can't start her yet.
I wish I'd thought of that.
What?
I was trying to think of things for K, and
this was a hard one for me.
It was really hard. I don't know why.
You know what? I went and scanned through what other people had done.
I still didn't find anything. Sorry.
The M is for Mirabilia. It's my sunflower fairy. I haven't pulled it yet. And that's also a Whip Go focus for me this month, is by Mirabilia Sunflower Fairy.
Okay.
The A is also Our World SAL because it's the April square.
Oh.
The R is Ring Around the Rose Tree by Mirabilia, which is also a Whip Go focus for me. And then the other K is the Barbara Anna 4 Seasons again. So I kind of split hours up amongst each of those.
I see.
So yeah, and then the designer challenge is a long dog, and so I'm hoping to pull my hoity-toity out.
Good for you.
This month too.
So.
Yeah, so those are my plans, but I do want to start the This Is the Day. That's not really on my plans anywhere, and my smalls exchange needs to get started.
Yeah, I need to do that too.
Yeah, I think that's my plans. What are your plans? Oh,
I
did pull this out, but I'm going to work on it this year. But I wanted to. It was my Easter peep.
Oh yeah. Oh.
But Easter's going to come and go, and I'll be out of the mood. So I think he's going to get put away.
Did you just?
It's over there by the bathroom.
Well, so my kind of theme piece was easy to think of for literature because I've got.
Oh, I thought about you. Yeah.
So I finished all my magazine monthly goals kind of early. I felt like last month, and I was kind of like that last week was, I don't know, bored isn't the right word because then I just pulled out stuff I liked, but I kind of missed having something to like intentionally be working on. So I upped this to 6 hours rather than, I think I was trying to hit 3 maybe on my theme piece. So I'm going to try to I've been having this sitting up on my piano because it's not in this nice frame and it just kind of sits up there really nice and pretty, but it bugs the girls that this word isn't filled in. It just says the, so I'm going to try to get bookshelf done because that's what it's going to say here. And then it has like all the little
Mom, finish your decoration.
Mom, the what is it? bookshelf. So I'm going to work on that. That's my themed piece. And then my the letter B for bookmark is my big ass project, Hade, on my map. And then, so I'm going to try to get 4 hours on that. Like I really did kind of bump up my hours on some of these. O is for my oldest whip for my dimensions, Valley of the River Beck. The other O is for Owl. I'm going to work on I Forget the Rest by Lindy Stitches. K is for Turkey Day, because there's a K in Turkey by Cottage Garden Samplings. I didn't pull those today to show or anything, but they're right behind me in the basket. M is for the mermaid in my Shores of Hawk Run Hollow. So I'm going to try to get 2 hours on the O, O, and K, and then 3 on my shores. And then A for Angel, on my Twilight Angel, I'm going to try to get 3 hours done on her. R for my Rosewood Manor stocking, I'm going to try to get 2 hours. I'm really close to the stitching part. Then I have to decide if I want to do the beads. I have to like order the beads and see what I can afford. And then my last K is Farmer's Market. The Told in the Garden one I showed earlier is 2 hours. So my Whipco pieces both got called. So remember I don't know if anybody will remember, I have large pieces on each row, and this month was 7 and 10. So from the same row, and it's my Hade, the tiny.
Why didn't you shake those up a little bit?
I just wanted to keep it simple. I just kept it simple. And plus, like, she's randomly drawing numbers. So most of the time it's like 1 here and 1 here and 1 here and 1 here. That's so it just happened to be 2 from the same row.
How many hours are you doing for your Whipcos?
Just 2 a month. So that's why I hit 4. It's just, I just did remember I shrunk my goals way down so I wouldn't get discouraged.
I shrunk mine down from 6 to 4. It worked
really well to have just a bunch of the same projects over and over, because I think it's a little more motivating to me because I actually see progress on some of those. So this has actually been, I'm still feeling the dry. Of course, it's only April, but it's hard for me to imagine I'm going to hit August and be like, I'm done with this, because it's not really that hard to hit. So those are my plans. I entered all of those on my wheel. I thought maybe we could talk about the wheel for a second, because maybe there might be people watching that don't know. So you can download an app called Tiny Decisions. It's free. It's this red one. And when you open it, you can click the like list button up in the top and do a plus sign to add a wheel. Create a new, and then you would create a new template or a new wheel, and then it just lets you add options. So all I did was type in at that next to the option the next project for each of those goals, and then you hit plus for add new option, do all your options, then you hit the check, and then you have
this is what it would look like. Here's all my options.
There you go.
It's not, you can't really read them because my phone doesn't photograph as well as Sarah's, but those are all my projects on my March wheel.
Here's mine. And then I can see, and then actually if I finish my goals on any of those, I go back into that, what you do, there's a pencil. So like that always means edit, right?
Yep.
So no, I don't want to trash it. And then I just hit that red minus sign and it deletes it off my wheel if I hit all my goals. And I'm set up for each day. Like today, I'm going to stitch on my dimensions kit. So that's what I'm going to work on tonight when I sit down and cross stitch.
Well, what am I going to work on?
I don't know. That's been a fun way for me to like.
Oh, my 4 seasons SAL.
4 seasons SAL, dimensions and 4 seasons. So if you have, I don't know, we just talk about using the wheel all the time, but sometimes I'll watch Flosstubes where they talk about stuff and I'm always like, I don't know what they're even talking about. So that's how you do the wheel. If you haven't done that, if you have a bunch of projects that you are just trying to figure out what to do with. And I only made a wheel right now for my April magazine.
Oh, mine's labeled March, but it really is my April. And I tend to spin the wheel and I'll work on whatever it says, but I might not work on that only that night. I might only work on it an hour and then pick something else, either spin something else or just pick something that I feel like working on. Because I don't always feel like I don't always feel like working on what the wheel says, but I know that when I work on it, I'm probably going to meet part of my goal, or I'll be happy once I do, but I might not just be in the mood for that one.
Yeah.
So if I just do an hour, then I can switch it up and do something else.
Yeah.
Because I cross stitch probably from dinner time until 10 or 11. I have a lot of time at night to.
I can't even imagine. Like 9 to 10, and then I'm trying to go to bed by 10:30.
Well,
anyway, that's good. I mean, it's healthy for me. But
what are you doing? What are you doing after dinner? I don't know.
Doing all the dishes usually, and I'm cleaning.
Well, that's where you're wrong, because that's where somebody else needs to be helping you with the dishes.
Well, I don't do dishes except at dinner. Everybody else, I'll do them sometimes at lunch too, but I know. And sometimes we're doing them all together as family, and sometimes I will assign it out. But if somebody else is doing the dishes, then I'm usually folding laundry or cleaning up the house or
those
planning out school for the next day, or I don't know.
I forgot.
Mom things.
It gets better, honey. It gets better.
Someday I too can stitch after dinner.
When you're 60 and I'm 80, you'll be sitting there going, wow, Mom, now I know what you were talking about.
Now I really love this.
You know, the dad and I were sitting and looking at those rolling carts of all the stuff that we had crammed in that room. He goes, man, we had a lot of stuff crammed in that little room. I said, honey, we have had a lot of stuff crammed into this house. I mean, when this house, we had 6 people living in this little house without a garage, without any storage. And we were laughing about all the years that we had kids that were in college that would come home for the summer. And then we were rotating bedrooms around and trying to put their stuff away when they came home from college for the summer because we had no garage to store. I mean, it was just it's kind of comical now, but it was a lot of work. Mm-hmm. And he looks at me, he goes, we have a lot of really good memories, don't we? And I said, yeah. I said, but there's some years there where I don't have a lot of memories at all. Mm-hmm. Like our early years when we moved out here and you and Andrew were little, I hardly have any memories. I mean, I have vague memories, but I don't have a lot of specific memories. And then we hit a point in our life where all of a sudden we were more settled and we had friends for the first time as a married couple that were real friends, and you guys weren't babies and toddlers. And you know, the early years that we lived here, I didn't have a car during the day and your dad worked 2 jobs. So I was pretty much at an apartment complex with 2 little kids by myself. And I'm going to be honest, they weren't the nicest apartments, and there really weren't people there that I really wanted to hang out with. I did my grocery shopping at midnight when he would come home from his night job, his swing shift. So, I mean, I really was isolated. Mm-hmm. And then we just got these friends, and you guys were like school age, and I was homeschooling. And that's when I feel like our life really, like my memories really start, like my really happy memories.
Because it wasn't just chaos. There was like routine.
Yeah, we weren't so stressed. And like I said, yeah, I just don't feel like I have a lot of happy memories for that. He goes, well, we had happy times. I said, I know we did. I just don't have really specific memories of those happy times. I know we were not a miserable family, but there's just that overriding stress and tension of those early years. And a lot of families have that, you know, you're young, you're trying to make it. And, but it was just funny that, because he doesn't usually think about that kind of stuff. He goes, yeah, we have really a lot of, I said, yeah, part of what precipitated this too was we took down in that laundry room. Oh yeah. On one of the posts was where we marked the kids' growth on it. And that came out. And I said, you know.
You saving that piece of wood?
No.
You tossed it?
No, we tossed it. But I said, you know, as much as I really want it out of this house because this area is not for me, it will be very sad to turn the key on this and leave. We don't think about that very often, but we raised our family here, and it'll be something to walk away from it. Yeah. We tend to kind of ignore that piece because it's exciting to think about moving and doing something new in our life just for us. Yeah. But then you got to get through that. Yeah. Walk through that door kind of thing. But anyway,
I think about that sometimes for when you guys move. That will be hard for me.
Mm-hmm. It will be. I know kids have a hard time when families move. Yeah. But it's also kind of exciting once you get out of that leaving process. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. In fact, on the growth wall, there was a spot where Dad measured me. I guess we were probably joking around with you guys.
It's probably.
Yeah, you're still the same height. I said, oh, good. I haven't started shrinking yet.
Oh, gosh.
Oh yeah. Oh, life. Life is so lifey sometimes.
It is. It is lifey.
Oh, and I have not hardly read this week. Oh wait, we're gonna do giveaways at the end.
Oh, yeah, plans. Oh yeah, giveaway. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we
So
had a
last
giveaway
week-
last week,
We gave away this cute little
Yeah.
kitty pattern.
and the only person who wanted it was Carolyn Zook. So congratulations, Carolyn. You get the kitty cat.
And it
And
will be
it's
so
kind of cute next to that little pot of geraniums or
I
whatever.
know. I really love geraniums. They're a very friendly flower.
I know. I almost bought some today, but I didn't. I
Did
bought a
you?
ranunculus instead. Those are so
I
cool.
have some cut ones in my bathroom.
Oh, cut ones?
Ranunculus.
I bought a plant to put in my pot.
I had one of those one year, but I killed it.
Oh. Are they perennials?
I don't know.
I just bought it because it was really pretty and I
I
thought,
don't know. Did I tell you that my hydrangeas in my pots didn't come back?
oh,
Well, one of them is coming back.
oh,
Mhm. I looked the other day and there's actually green growth coming up from the
Yeah.
bottom, but the other one didn't make it. I don't know why, because it was the more sheltered
It
one.
might just give it a little more
Right,
time.
it's kind of late.
Make sure
but
you
when-
water it regularly.
Yeah.
Mine is just starting to put out green growth here.
Yeah. I mean, these are just starting to, but
Mhm.
yeah. Anyway, so our giveaway this
Yeah.
week
So this
is
week,
a heart in hand, and it is called Imprints, Berries, and Blooms.
so we are going to do
Blooms is the word.
blooms, plural. So, oh, I think those are cute.
Aren't those cute?
They're cute. They're just
It's
simple,
simple.
but they'd be really
Yeah.
cute, like hanging on a little shelf or.
I know. Yeah. They just look fresh. As opposed to the November going on outside my window right now.
Actually look like spring. You didn't read much this week. I
I
read
read a little bit, but I'm still reading my Maisie Dobbs.
Yeah. I
And
told
I'm
you
liking it. It's catching me.
it's getting you.
Yeah, there's a little intrigue going on.
What did I do this week? I finished Dune, but that was last week. I actually was doing a little bit of school reading ahead because we're coming up on this is spring break, and I usually try to spend our break week doing as much reading ahead as I can for some of the books. I don't read ahead every book that we do, but I try to
Yeah.
for some of, especially like the history books or things like that.
Yeah.
So there's a series of books. This isn't going to be interesting to most people, but actually it is really interesting. The first one we did was George Washington's World, and then Abraham Lincoln's World. And then this one that Liddy's reading this year is Caesar Augustus's World. And I don't know that much or don't remember that much about things like the Roman Empire, but it is really
Something.
Augustus Caesar's World.
Yeah,
Yes.
you said
Oh, Augustus Caesar's World. I
Hmm.
had the name wrong apparently. Anyway, it's just been really interesting. So I've been reading that at night, and I'm actually like reading it like I'm enjoying it like my own book because it is really interesting. And
Mhm.
we did just finish, Millie and Lydia and I were reading Julius Caesar, the Shakespeare play, for
Mhm.
school together. And we finished that this week. So I think that counts as reading, even though it was for school. But
Yeah.
I like reading Shakespeare, and it's much more fun to read it when you're trading parts back and forth than it is to just lay in bed reading it as a play.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but if I laid in bed and read that,
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't get as far. It's not really meant to be enjoyed that way. So it was fun to take parts and we read it over.
oh yeah, especially when it's a
course of the
play. I
years.
mean,
So we're just
Yeah.
about to start Comedy of Errors, which is a comedy. This one was, historical.
mhm.
I don't know. I guess just one of his history plays.
Yeah.
Kind of a tragedy, but it wasn't like his tragic, like where everybody dies at the end.
Mhm.
Well, most people died, but yeah, it was more like his history, King Henry type of plays.
Mhm.
But Comedy of Errors will be a fun one because I think it's just all
Yeah.
this comedy.
Yeah. He did write some more lighter hearted things.
Yeah. So, and I like to rotate which one we're doing. So
So
I
you don't
do.
have any book of your own, just the school one.
yeah, I just had school ones because I didn't end up picking up the Maeve Binchy at all. I always intended to. I was like, I'll go to bed, I'll read this for a little bit, and then I'll put it down and read the next book. But I was enjoying that book so much that I just
Well,
kind of kept reading it.
yeah. Now you're educated.
That's what I'm reading. Now I know a little bit more or remember a little more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I have anything else really to talk about. Spring break, but we don't have any really big things coming up. Jessie still has I think he has finals this week, and his spring break is, no, he doesn't have finals this week. He has finals in a couple weeks. I think we might go over to Spokane and visit family then, like in a few weeks. Oh, I am planning a big birthday party for him this coming weekend. So I need to plan out decorations. We're doing, I don't know if you've seen Nacho Libre, right?
Yeah, a long time ago.
I'm doing that theme for his birthday party. It's so funny, and he loves that movie, and it's just silly.
Probably should we watch it before we come over?
Yeah, you should. You should. It's so funny.
You're coming over here for, are you coming over the day of the party, or are you coming over Friday night?
Come over Friday.
Okay.
And then stay until the party, and then go. Be back. We want to be back here for Easter. And then, are we coming back over? No. Well, no, because then you're going to be on your trip pretty soon after that, it seems like.
Well, yeah, the end of May. We have baby Junie and Andrew and Cassidy coming next week. I can't believe it's next week already. Like next Sunday, they should be here. Like, wow. When they pulled out of here on January 1st, they're like, we'll be coming back in March or April for her birthday. And it seemed like so long in the future. And now we're here. So,
Yeah.
of course, that put a little damper on our home reno project. Baby Penny was sick all week, but she's better now. Of all things, she had a bladder infection, but it's taken her a long time to kind of bounce back. So I spent part of the early part of the week a little worried about her because because I'm giving this advice to everybody I know. Avoid urgent cares, because urgent cares are useless. If you are sick, go to an ER, because urgent cares don't do anything for you, especially if you're a child. And I feel like they just got blown off when they took her in. And even her own doctor, later in the week when they went back to their own pediatrician, was very unhappy with how urgent care had handled things. And so it was a little stressful. I mean, it's not my child, but it's my granddaughter. And, when children are running fevers and have no other symptoms, it's a little concerning.
Yeah.
And the odd thing is that a good friend of mine's daughter was going through some similar symptoms, and was pretty sick also in the ER, but did not end up, as far as I know, having a bladder infection, but she also didn't have a lot of symptoms. So it was kind of weird. Yeah, I never did.
Doing
really
better?
hear. I don't know. I got to tell her. She didn't know anything when I called her Friday, and I didn't talk to her yesterday. I'm assuming she's probably better, because otherwise I think if she had taken another turn, she would have texted me.
Yeah.
But yeah, just kind of a weird thing going around. Or I don't know what she had, but yeah, that was kind of a something else. Yeah, we don't have anything else really going on. I'm sure Dad will be working on that room during the weeknights, and
plugging through. We have Lydia isn't feeling very good, and I'm not sure what to do.
I was worried about her too.
About her throat for several days, but she does often have really bad seasonal allergies, so she's just started taking allergy medicine. But then yesterday she developed, or no, this morning developed a cough, so she stayed home from church. And now you heard her voice a little bit ago. So I'm not sure if I need to take her in, but she's going to be kind of sad to be sick on her spring break week.
Did you take her temp?
Yeah, she has not had any other symptoms. No fever, nothing. So I don't know. I'm not sure.
No runny nose. That's weird.
Runny nose, no congestion.
I think because we were also shut up for 2 years, there's all these viruses going around that
could just be
maybe we would have gotten previously, and they're just being unleashed on everybody right now. I don't know.
Yeah,
it seems
know.
like
your
brother, Penny's daddy, has a cold.
Yeah,
a little bit of a
he
cold.
was just traveling, so that makes
sense. They flew, but he's got a cold, and that's not his first cold though. I mean, he's had a couple different colds, and it is allergy season, so it's going to get harder and harder to tease out.
I know. Yeah, I hate.
Oh, my car is just covered in pollen.
Oh wow.
Covered in orange. Yeah. In fact, it was almost kind of a greenish orange. I almost thought it was like mold, like moss on my car. And I thought, oh no, that's pollen.
It's pollen.
Yeah. But yeah. So anyway, this must be a week of I don't know what we're gonna do when I travel. We're not gonna be able to Flosstube.
Oh yeah.
That might be our 2-year anniversary.
Well, we'll have to just celebrate it before or after.
When
are you? Well, we'll figure it out.
Maybe I could record on my phone.
Yeah, or in a hotel room or something.
I'm not taking my laptop, but
oh
yeah, but yeah, I can. I probably will
Do it on
stitch a
your
little
phone?
bit. Huh?
You do it on your phone.
Hmm. And I do have a tablet. I wonder if I could,
If you get Zoom on there,
yeah,
we'll
but
figure.
I don't know how much I'll stitch. I mean, I probably will stitch a little bit in the hotel rooms, maybe if we don't get in too late. But I told Dad I'll probably be knitting more because I can't stitch in the car, but I can knit in the car.
Right.
And it's a long drive.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very long drive. He thinks I'm driving part of the way. I've never driven his Jeep. Ever.
It cracks me up that you wouldn't assume you were driving part of the way. It just tells me so much about you.
I've never driven on a road trip.
I know. It's so crazy to me. Dad is like Superman on road trips.
Your dad is a Superman.
He is a Superman. They're sanding away.
I'll probably drive part of the way, like on the, like we're going to go through Kansas. Can you imagine how the roads in Kansas are?
Flat and straight stretches. You can do that.
It's just that he bought this Jeep.
Have a stick shift, or is it an automatic?
It's an automatic.
Oh, Mom, you can drive that. Kidding me.
I'm just a tad spoiled when it comes to cars. But no, he bought it. My husband we bought my Mazda brand new or 1 year old when Sarah got married. How long have you been married?
15 years.
So my car is 15 years old, but it was our first ever new-ish car, right? And that was our good car.
No,
and then
yeah, 15. We'll be 16 this week. Anyway.
We bought it like the week after she got married because my car died. But anyway, then he drove just this workhorse of a Ford Explorer that he bought for like $1,000 from a coworker. It was the first four-wheel drive we ever had, which was such a deal changer for him driving to work in the mornings when it snowed or was icy. Well, not ice so much, but snowy, because when he goes to work at 5 or 6 in the morning, there's nobody on the roads. But like $1,000, and that thing went and went and went. I don't even know. He had like 300,000 miles on it. I don't even know.
Crazy.
And finally, it was starting to need some work, and he decided he finally got a new car, and so he bought the Jeep Cherokee. What does he have?
Yeah.
Jeep something. And it wasn't, I mean, he ultimately really wanted another Ford Explorer, but they're so expensive. But it was his baby, and I just didn't want to take any chances of getting in an accident or running over a curb or anything in it. So I haven't driven it.
What cracks me up is that for like on his Elster wish list for Christmas, he still has a bunch of like Jeep hoodies and Jeep like accessories, posters for Jeeps. I'm like, what? It's just so unlike him.
I know.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You can drive that Jeep, Mom. You can drive it.
I can, and I will.
Crash it. Well, thanks for joining us. We're glad that we got to chat about stitching and life together. And
I did want to put a plug in again for the Ukrainian stitchers, especially Katerina.
Stitchy Princess.
Stitchy Princess Black is her Etsy shop.
No, Stitchy Princess is her Etsy shop. Oh.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Yeah, maybe. But on Instagram, she's Stitchy Princess Black.
Yeah, but I think she's Stitchy Princess on Etsy.
Yeah. Anyway, still very, very serious situation for her where she's at. And not to ignore what's going on in this crazy world that we live in.
Stitchy Princess. That's what.
Is it Stitchy Princess? Yeah. So we linked her shop last week, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so. I can just leave it and look at that.
Yeah, there's some other ones too, but I think we linked some other ones a while back.
Did you stitch that?
What's she gonna stitch?
I said, would you stitch that?
I know, so cute.
That's a Ukrainian designer. So yeah, go buy stuff from her. As she posted like yesterday saying that she got like the Etsy, I don't know if it's preferred
star seller.
And she was saying thank you because that happened because everybody is buying stuff from her right now. It sounds like she is able to get her funds. For a little while, I was worried that maybe she wasn't being able to get her funds, but I think she is.
But what I am hearing, and Carolyn Zook mentioned this today on her latest video, is that if you purchase $20 or more, I think it's $20 or more, you need to download them as soon as you can. Like if you don't download them, they don't get paid.
Oh,
If it's over $20 or $20 or more. So if you're just buying a smaller one, then you don't have to. But I've been trying to just always download them once I do them. And I have that binder that I put together of my PDF patterns now. So that way I don't lose them either, because otherwise they're just kind of floating around loose. And I thought I need a better system for this. But yeah, definitely download them if you can. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, have a great week.
yes. Happy April. Happy stitching.